Normally, I'd be doing a show with Marcellus all week, and y'all know, as I do, he'd be telling me exactly why I'm wrong the entire show. I miss it a little bit. So I'm bringing back this segment, Tell Me Why I'm Wrong. I'm going to talk about some of the biggest stories in sports, and the fellas, my guy Slick Rick, my big bro Sam Acho, they going to tell me exactly why it is I'm wrong. It's good to see y'all both for now. Let's start with Steph Curry, because Steph Curry, to me, is the most entertaining athlete in all of sports. What makes an athlete entertaining? Well, for one, it's his relatability. See, when I look at Steph, I say, I could be him if I worked on my jump shot a little bit more. I look at Steph and I say, wait a second. You got 37 games with 30-plus points? Your team wins 68% of the time when you do that? Wait a second. You got 7 games this season alone with 10-plus made threes, and you look normal? Like, you don't really look like a superhuman? To me, that makes him the most entertaining, because I look at him and I say, with a little bit of work, I might be able to be him. So, Slick Rick, you got to tell me, why am I wrong?
I'm going to tell you why you're wrong is because it's not Steph Curry who's the most entertaining. It is Aaron Rodgers who is the most entertaining athlete in sports today. Aaron's not even playing right now, and he has our full attention. He's a Jeopardy host. We don't know where he's playing. I'll put it this way, Acho, how many blocks have you devoted in the last month to talking about Aaron Rodgers versus how many blocks have you devoted talking about Steph Curry? There's no comparison. I've got the reigning MVP, and here's the real distinction. This is what puts it over the top. Because what Steph has that most guys don't have is he's got that swag. Not only does he get it done, but he celebrates it in a way that is highly entertaining. But he doesn't have anything on Aaron Rodgers when it comes to celebrating what he's doing on the field. So for all of those reasons, Aaron Rodgers beats Steph by just a nudge.
Well, Steph has that swag. I got that swag, so maybe that's why I'm partial. Anyway, let's move on to the Colts, because I think Carson Wentz is going to lead the Colts to a division title. That's the AFC South. I look at it like this. They just signed left tackle Eric Fisher yesterday. Remember, Eric Fisher was protecting Patrick Mahomes' blind side when Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl. Eric Fisher gets hurt. Patrick Mahomes loses the Super Bowl. We all know that this man, my guy, Carson Wentz, probably about to throw an 80-yard touchdown pass right there. We all know that Carson Wentz is a dude. Connecting with head coach Frank Wright, who is a dude, who still has all the belief in him. You got a stud middle linebacker, Darius Leonard, on defense. You have 2 Pro Bowl offensive linemen, including the best guard in the game in Quentin Nelson, Big Q. When I look at it, ain't no stopping them now. That's the Colts will win the division. So, Sam Acho, tell me why I'm wrong.
Emmanuel, that's exactly what Earl Thomas said. That's exactly what Tyrann Mathieu said, A.J. Bouye and Josh Norman before they faced the Tennessee Titans and that stiff arm from Derrick Henry. They got stiff arm all the way out of there. And so that's why you're wrong. The Tennessee Titans are still, number one, they've been in the playoffs the last 2 years. And if you look at it, they're building a dynasty. They're really building a new kind of era out in Tennessee. Mike Vrabel's almost building the New England Patriots of the South, if you look at it. 2 years ago, if you look at the Tennessee Titans, they were in the AFC Championship game. They have not gotten worse. They've gotten better. And oh, by the way, your boy, DK Metcalf, track star, Tennessee's got their own in A.J. Brown down there in Tennessee. And so that, my friend, my brother, is why you're wrong.
Ah, friend, brother. Literally. Huh. All right, let's wrap this up in Tampa, a city where Julian Edelman might wind up. At least that's my opinion, because we all know Julian Edelman retired because of health issues. But I played football for a while. Not as long as Sam Acho, but I played my own little bit. And I'm trying to figure out what injury can keep you out of ball for 8 months. You could tear your ACL and come back. I think what Tom Brady said stands true. Edelman was just too scared to say he didn't want to play for Bill Belichick. So he's retiring, and then he's going to rejoin the Bucs by the end of the season. So, Slick Rick, you first. Tell me why I'm wrong.
Because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers don't need Julian Edelman. And I don't know that using an injury just to get out of playing for the Patriots really fits with what we know about Julian Edelman. But that aside, you already have a premier receiver in Mike Evans. You just franchise tagged Chris Godwin, and you drafted a young up-and-comer in Jalen Darden. It's not a matter of we haven't demonstrated that the guys go from New England to Tampa Bay, but he's not Rob Gronkowski. He's not 6'6". There wasn't a need for a premier tight end the way that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could use one of Gronk's ability. So, yeah, I like the storyline. I like the idea, but I don't know that it really fits with reality. And that is why you're wrong.
Slick, that sounded nice, but you know me, I'm stubborn. I'm not yet convinced. Sam, you got to tell me why I'm wrong.
Let's take it back to our growing up days. Let me try and convince you of the truth. Bro, there's no space. So, yes, we talked about it. You got, number one, Antonio Brown, who's back on the team. You've got Mike Evans back on the team. Chris Godwin back on the team. You've got O.J. Howard, who's back healthy on the team. You've got Rob Gronkowski on the team. You drafted Tyler Johnson. And, oh, by the way, my dude, Scotty Miller, who caught that touchdown pass over Kevin King, where everybody's like, what's going on? You have all these guys back on the team, and they all need the ball. Oh, I haven't even mentioned running backs. You're returning your starting running backs. Leonard Fournette. You got Ronald Johnson back there. Hey, Ronald Jones. Everyone is back. There's no space. There's no room. It's like a full house, man. Hey, the party's over. You can't come in.
Well, here's the thing, Sam. Here's the thing. I was the last born, and there wasn't space in our house, but there's such a thing as bunk beds. There's always space. You can find it. That's going to do it for Tell Me Why I'm Wrong, and as it turns out, I'm still right. Coming up, LeBron James could be back tonight, but I'll tell you if